Hello everyone, I Rachana lecturer in Electrical and Electronic Department, Jain Polytechnic, Belgavi. In this video, I am going to discuss about the electrical energy conservation from the basic management skills and energy management subject. For more my videos, subscribe Architect YouTube channel. Next, let us see what are the objectives of today's video. First, we'll discuss about what is the need of energy conservation, transmission and distribution losses, and how we can reduce the transmission and distribution losses and energy saving in the industry sector. First, we'll see what is the energy conservation and what is the need of energy conservation. What is the energy conservation? Energy conservation is nothing but it is a saving of energy and avoid the waste of energy without affecting productivity or comfort. Without affecting productivity or comfort, meaning is that one example I'll take. Before olden days, we were using the incandescent bulbs. That bulb also giving the light. Nowadays we are using the LEDs, that also giving the light. Our product is what? Our productivity is what? Comfort is what? Light. Incandescent is also giving the light and LED is also giving the light. But the main thing is incandescent bulbs consumes the more power and LED bulbs consumes the less power. So you are avoiding the waste of energy and productivity and comfort is not getting any disturbed. Same output light only we are getting. That is the meaning of the energy conservation. So energy conservation is to avoid waste of energy without affecting productivity or comfort. What is the need then? Why we have to save the energy? First thing is whatever the resources nowadays, conventional energy sources we are having, that is fast getting depleted. We are consuming more and more nowadays. It may be petrol, it may be diesel, it may be coal and all. It is we are consuming more and it is fast getting depleted. For that we are having one idea is that we can save the energy. I say one example like light. Incandescent bulbs, that was a 60 watt and all. Nowadays LEDs 10 watt, 12 watt, 8 watt also you are getting. So how much is the difference in the watt? Just see. So we have to save the energy. It is a economical solution for the energy shortage. Yes, we should not get any shortage in the energy because we are more dependent on electrical energy or any other source of energy nowadays. Petrol, diesel, it is compulsory for us. It is necessary. If you are saving such energy, then it is a most economical solution because all are conventional. It is a non-renewable sources. So only we have to save the energy. By saving the electricity, we can save the energy and we have to conserve those for today and for next generation. For tomorrow also we have to save it. So only we have to save the energy. Reducing the pollution, if you are saving the energy, automatically controlling of all the pollution. And for standard of living in each economy, we have to save the energy. We are more dependent on luxurious life nowadays. We require fan, we need a AC, we need a cooler, fridge, washing machine, but all those works on the electricity itself. So we have to save the energy. Next we'll see the first about the but energy losses everywhere it is there. It may be in the industry, it may be in the domestic, it may be agriculture, it may be in the transmission and the distribution. Everywhere the energy losses is occurring. We have to reduce those losses and we have to save the energy. In that first one we'll see about the transmission and distribution system. Yes, after generating the electricity, we have to transmit and distribute to the consumer premises. So many losses will be occurring in that transmission and distribution system. So what are those losses? We'll see now. Technical losses and the commercial losses. Technical losses are due to the energy dissipated in conductors, whatever the aluminum ACSR conductors, copper conductors we are using, and some equipments like transformers and all substation equipments we are using. Because of all those losses occurring in that, that called as the technical losses. Now what are the meaning of commercial losses? Means for meters, defective meters and errors in the meter reading. We are using so many meters, voltmeter, ammeter, phase sequence indicator, so many meters we are using in the receiving station, substation, everywhere. Because of some defective meters also some losses will be occurring. Such losses are called as the commercial losses. So what are the reasons for losses? So many reasons are there. Some of them are listed out here. Random growth of sub-transmission and the transmission system. Yes, growth of transmission. Yes, we have to generate, we are generating and transmitting to the consumer premises means it is a very long distance, and growth is becoming more, network is more. So because of that, conductor requirement is more, so only the losses will be occurring. And we have to manage the load properly. Because of improper load management also, the losses will be occurring. Next, some poor quality equipments if you are using, there will be losses will be there. And sometime what happen, some people will be stopping the meters by remote control. It may be analog energy meter. Some olden days they used to use the magnets and all, some short connection they used to do, so that the meter should not run only our energy meter. So some such things they will be doing. Because of that also some losses. And unauthorized extension of load, some in agriculture field they will be using mechanical jerks and taking the unauthorized loads. Because of that also transmission and distribution losses will be occurring. Then how to minimize that, what are the measures we have to take for the transmission and distribution loss, we'll discuss now. One is the reducing the length of the low tension lines. But how? See, we require everyone, for all locations we require electricity. For that we need the conductors, but we have to use a distribution substation for some distances. Instead of taking a long distance conductors, we have to use a distribution substation in middle, so that you can reduce the length of the lines. And relocating, if you are doing the substation, then there will be losses can be reduced in the conductors. Next is the installation of lower capacity distribution transformer on the each consumer premises. Yes, lower capacity distribution for one area on a lower distribution transformer if you are installing, that is also reducing the losses. One most important is power factor improvement in the inductive load. Very important. Inductive loads will be, which are lagging, they will be consuming the, taking the more power, more current. For that we have to use the capacitor to bring that into leading. If you are any motor and all, they will be working at a very lagging like 0.5, 0.6, then it is very difficult, it will be consuming the more power. That time you have to use the capacitor to improve the power factor, so that for same work, same function, for same activity, what it will do, it will take the less power if you are using the power factor. Next, planning of properly, or to plan full complete a primary and distribution system. How, if you are using like this conductor, and the sizing of the conductors, you should not take any oversized conductor. See, so conductor table is there, wire table for the copper and aluminum, for how much current capacity, how much conductor we have to use, which ACSR conductor we have to use for how much current capacity. All those things according to that requirement only, you have to do proper planning, you have to install all the conductors. Next is set up the squads to check the prevent of theft of energy. Yes, so many theft of energies are going on, so we have to stop that. For that we need some inspection team, so we have to arrange our squads. Energy audit and penalties. As energy audit is nothing but inspection of all the incoming supply, how much is there to give planned and how much is consuming, how much we supplying, everything audit. Inspection is there, that time you have to see, and you have to penalty for such people who is doing the mistake, who is doing the theft of power. For such people we have to put the penalties, that time only we can control the theft of energy. So these all things we have, these are the measures to optimize, that is nothing but minimize the transmission and distribution losses. In the same way, we'll see the some energy saving in industry. So much of energy is consumed by so many industries only, they require more power. In that also it is very important to save the energy in the industry sector. We are using the boilers, some industries will be using the boilers, so proper efficient boiler only we have to use. Indian ISI mark boilers, Indian standard efficient boilers only we have to use. Next, furnaces will be using, there will be draught system for the proper air intake and all. For that system, the draught system should be properly designed, and inside some quality liners will be there. Furnaces, high quality liners should be there. Next, ceramic coating. Why the ceramic coating? The heat should not go out of that furnace. If it is going out of that furnace, means again it is a taking the more power, more any source of energy to heat such all those furnaces. So ceramic coating is necessary, so that the heat should not go out of the furnace. Next, required temperature only you have to operate the furnace. How much is necessary for our production purpose, that much only desired temperature automatically you have to keep, and you have to be properly manage that. And you have to compulsory for all the machines, you have to do the regular maintenance of furnaces. So this is about the furnaces. Next we'll go to the air compressors. Air compressors, yes, for compressing the air we are using the air compressors. We have to check for the leaks there. Any compressing air is getting to leak, going to leak anywhere, or pressure drop, or where anywhere compressor pressure is going to drop. All the areas you have to need to check. That is like maintenance you have to do. Inlet air filter should be, we have to use some filter, so that if any dirt particles is there, you have to filter out that. So air filters compulsory should be there. Next, v belts, yes, belts will be there in the compressor. You should not separate, it should be very tight, then only you can save the energy. That as it will be not proper. Compressor size, oversized compressor you should not take, which according to requirement only, proper sizing of the compressor you have to take. Unnecessary oversized compressor you should not take. Next is the refrigeration system. Yes, temperature requirements as per the season. Yes, in winter season you need more temperature requirement setting there, and in the summer season you need less, and all like that. According to the season wise, you have to operate that temperature. Next, compressor of high efficient. Nowadays the efficient compressor are there, something little bit design is changed in that. So according to that, the compressor of higher efficiency we had to use. Next, proper capacity refrigerating system you have to use, and proper maintenance. Next, we are using in the industry heat exchanger. We have to calculate the overall heat transfer coefficient periodically. Then only we will be getting to know that heat exchanger is properly exchanging the heat or not. We will be getting, and we have to do maintenance and proper cleaning of heat exchangers. Next is the turbines. Yes, high efficient turbines only we have to use, and blade materials should be of high quality, and it should be surface finish of blade should be very smooth. If it is rough, then it will be, it is a not proper design turbine. So we have to use surface finish of blade should be very smooth. Next, replacement of old steam turbine. Yes, we are using old one means it will be efficient, will efficiency will be obviously reduced due to the aging of turbine. The efficient of that turbine will be reduces. So if it is very old means it is around last 20 years and all, you have to check it out and you have to replace that old steam turbines. Next, one more thing is you have next is combined cycle gas turbine you have to use. That is a whatever steam and gas turbine plant combinedly if you are using means there will be efficient will be high in the turbines. Next is electrical drives. In the electrical drives, we have to provide the interlock system to avoid the idle running. What is the interlocking means? One motor is running means another motor should be off. Like this, some arrangements of the motor. So many motors we are using in the industries and all, it will be connected together. So one is running, that time another should be off. Like that system also is there. One more system will be there in the interlocking. If one motor start, then only all other smaller motor connected to the next motors will be start. So unnecessary idle running motors will be not there if you are providing the interlock system. Next is using thyristor drives to control the speed. We are using the power electronic devices like thyristor drives we are using. Olden days some other techniques we are using like motor generator sets and all we are using to control the speed and all. But nowadays smoother speed control we can do with the variable frequency drive or thyristor drive, like power electronic devices we are using, so that we can reduce the intake of the power. If you are using the motor generator sets, then will be more consuming the energy, they will be taking the more power. But nowadays power electronic devices like thyristor drives and variable frequency drives if you are using to control the speed of the motor, that time the efficiency one, and it will be consuming the less power and smooth control of the speed. Next, in the motor we have to avoid frequent rewinding. If sometime motor winding will get burned due to some short circuit and all fault and all, that time what you have to do, you what we will be doing again, rewinding. But if you are doing the so many times rewinding of those such motors, then the efficiency of the motors will be reduces. So avoid such rewinding. If it is a more rewinding, better to replace that motor. It is about the energy saving in the electrical drives. Next, cooling tower. Everywhere, all industry, it may be in the plant, it may be in the industry, cooling tower will be there. So for that it will be continuously running, but whenever it is required, that time only if you want to means there are better to use the on off switches for the fan of the cooling tower. Then earlier days we are using the aluminum or steel fans for the cooling tower. Nowadays something design changed in the fan system so that it is a higher speed also high, and its cooling power is also more compared to all like ERP fans, energy related product fans. It is a design only different, and it is a consuming the less power. So such aluminum and steel fans we can replace, and we can install the ERP fans. Next, olden days we were using the wooden fills and wooden drift eliminator, so that water droplets should not go out of the cooling tower. For that they will be using some drift eliminators and wooden fills, but it is taking the more power. For that nowadays we are using the PVC fills to avoid that, so to save the energy. So these all some tips for the saving of energy in industries and transmission and distribution system. So we have to save the energy so that we can, there will be no risk of any energy shortage. So all should save the energy how much is possible, and whenever it is necessary, that time only we can utilize the energies. So this is about the our electrical energy conservation system. Thank you.